it took me time, to figure out how I want to tell this story, because when I contacted them, it was in 2016 when the mother started talking about her story in the news on TV, and I've heard about it. So in the beginning, I was like doing a fly on the wall documentary. It gives me the possibility to be very close to them, to spend a lot of time with them. But quickly I understood that it's not the right way to tell this story, and maybe it's a very complicated story. I don't have enough shoulder to tell it. So I quit the film and I did The Man Who Sold His Skin. And after The Man Who Sold His Skin, I was thinking maybe I should rethink all this project and tell it in another way. But all during all those years, I was sharing with them all my doubt and all my evolution, about. So they were my partner, because it's their story and I was the one telling their stories. So when I thought that maybe I need to dig deep in their past, and how you bring past to life on documentary is through reenactment. But since I don't like reenactment, I thought that maybe I have to hijack this cliche and use it in another way. So all those thinking, I was sharing all this with Ulfa and her daughters, and they were really happy about the idea of actors, because they felt that what I was filming before was not alive enough. That it wasn't. They weren't challenged, so they needed people to have dialogue with, and the idea of bringing actors was very exciting for them. It was true and not true. I mean, I was like giving what you said, the rein. I mean, for me, the real character will direct the actors. So they are like in a way directing them, telling them what to do, trying, And what I love in general with documentary, that I'm the first audience of my movie. It's not like fiction where it's my ideas, my scene, and I'm not surprised, by its execution. So I'm surprised, but at the same time, I'm the director. So I was there like to guide and to advise, as you said. But I wanted to give them this safe space where they can talk, where they can exchange. So it was letting off the control, but being in control at the same time. And this needs a lot of trust, between me and them, and also between the actors and the characters. So for me, the main idea was to make, as I said, a safe space for everybody, to have a very small crew, a feminine crew, so we can, trust each other and feel safe while shooting this movie. Yeah, sure. It was like, even for me, it was very surprising. I mean, I knew that the movie will be introspective and will be not a therapy, but introspective, as I said. So, especially for Olfa, So, and what was interesting also, that the two daughters, they maybe for the first time of their life had the opportunity to tell stuff to their mother, because we were there, because I was like encouraging them to express themselves, to say stuff. So the movie was, I think, a turning point for Olfa and her daughters, and even in their relationship. When we start, I mean, before they were like, especially Aya, the eldest one, they were fighting all the time, and we see them in the movie kissing. It's toward the end of the shooting, So I think it was really fascinating to see the evolution of their relationship, and especially the evolution of Olfa, realizing things, realizing what she did and why she did it, understanding the mechanism of her behavior was such a revelation for her, and also for her daughters. There was moments like this, I was, as I told you, in the one in Control, to say, I know it's not, we don't need it. It's maybe it can be harmful to go there. And especially for this scene, I was like, all of us were scared, because I was mainly the scene. I told, hey, this is your stepfather or your mother boyfriend. Tell him whatever you want. So I didn't knew what she will tell him exactly. I mean, I knew about the history since she had the therapy, and we helped the therapy with the mother. And when the actor who don't know anything about this wanted to step out of the scene, she was the one reassuring us. I mean, she was the one talking about her trauma, but also the one telling us it's okay. I've been through this. I already went out, and I want to tell this scene. So it's something like I don't trust only my judgment. I especially trust the character, since it's their story, and if they insist they want to tell something, so it's important for them. I even if I'm scared, I need to hear it and understand it. I think that there is stepping back about freedom of speech and democracy, and this is very sad. I think I'll always do movies in Tunisia. I'll fight for it because what we experienced in the last 11, 12 years was freedom of speech, democracy, and when you have those things, you don't accept oppression. There was a revolution, and so I think it's a very sad chapter, and I hope that it will end. But at the same time, the state of democracy all over the world is very critical. Populism and far right wings are winning everywhere. So yeah, I mean, it's a general very sad situation all over the world. So I think Tunisia is not like an isolated oasis. So we'll see.